Guys, Pokemon have just revealed the last Sword and Shield set, Crown Zenith. This set releases on January 20th, and let me tell you, the cards in this set look amazing. It is going to be by far the best Sword and Shield era set that has ever been released. Like, literally, Pokemon are going out with a bang. Let's take a look at the set. Okay, so heading over to pokebeach.com, I'll leave the link in the description. So from what we can see, the set is going to have over 160 cards, including 3 new Radiant cards. Unfortunately, one of those Radiants is another Radiant Charizard. I'm not sure why we need another one. A lot of people are saying it's because the Pokemon Go Radiant Charizard, the artwork was horrible, and Pokemon are now trying to redeem themselves with a better Radiant Charizard card. I'll put the card up on the screen as I'm talking. And we're also going to get a Radiant Charjabug, which is quite an unusual Pokemon to give a Radiant card, seeing as it's only the middle evolution, and it hasn't quite evolved into Vikavolt yet. But I guess we're giving Charjabug some love. Then the next one is Radiant Eternatus. We don't know what that card's going to look like yet, but I can only imagine it's going to look amazing. So within Crown Zenith, we're also going to get 5 VMAX cards. I think a lot of people are hoping for the Radiant Hatterene. No, excuse that. Not the Radiant, the Gigantamax Hatterene. I think that is the only Gigantamax Pokemon that we haven't yet received. Also, we're going to get 8 VSTAR Pokemon, including VSTAR Zacian and Zamazenta. There's going to be 17 Pokemon V. And the biggest bit, the best thing about this set is we're going to be getting a 70 card trainer gallery set, but they're actually calling them the Galarian gallery set. So not quite the trainer gallery, but it's going to be bigger and better. And some of those cards include the Mewtwo V-Star, which is the same as the Charizard V-Star from the Charizard UPC, but it's from Mewtwo's perspective. I did kind of show that card off in my last video, but having those two cards side by side is going to be absolutely amazing. So, what is going to be, what products are going to be within Crown Zenith? Well, they've already revealed that. So it looks like the ETB is going to revolve around Lucario. I'm not quite sure why. Not my favorite Pokemon, but I guess he is a fan favorite. So we've got the Lucario ETB. We've then got a Regidrago, Regieleki V-Box. So you can see those on the screen there. You get the V and what looks to be the... so you get the V of the Pokemon on the box, and then you get just the standard holo of the opposite. We've also got a shiny Zacian and a shiny Zamazenta box. That's going to be really, really interesting. We haven't seen their shiny variants before. I do believe the shiny variants came out in Japan quite a while ago. I can't think what set. Maybe they were promo cards. We then have the Morpeko V Union box. So this is the second Morpeko V Union with the Marnie included. These cards were part of VMAX Climax, I believe. I may be wrong there. We then got the triple blisters. So we've got the Rillaboom, Cinderace and Inteleon mini tins. And I'm sure we'll probably get some other products. Maybe a Pokeball collection as we normally get for each set. So, moving on to what cards are going to be in this Trainer Gallery or Galarian Gallery set. So, we do know a handful of cards already, and let me tell you, oh my god, this set, it's going to be difficult to get, let's just put it that way. So, make sure you get your pre-orders in. But let's start going through them. So, the first one we've got here is a Manaphy, and there's a tiny little Pikipek in the corner. There's some Braxius and some Pyukumukus. Honestly, like, you think this card looks good, wait till we get to some of the bigger ones. Next up on the list is probably a lot of people's personal favourites, especially if you are a Mew collector. We have got Sleeping Mew just surrounded by a load of Pokemon. We've got some Nidorans, we've got some Squovets, a Galarian Ponyta, Rookie D, Cramorant. Look how cute this card is. Absolutely phenomenal. We've then got Diancie, not my favourite, but still really cool art. If we move over, we then have a lovely Absol card there. No surrounding Pokemon in the card that I can see, but still a really, really nice one. We then have an Altaria card. It looks really fluffy and just sitting on the bed there. We then have the Hisuian Gudra with a Starling. I can't think of, is it Starling? I can't think what the Pokemon's called, but really nice card there. This is the big one. So this is what we spoke about a couple of minutes ago. So this is the Mewtwo VSTAR, which is the same as the Charizard VSTAR, but from Mewtwo's perspective. You can see on this card that the Tangrowth is still there. He's up in the top, being flung around by the battle going on between these two Pokemon. Absolutely fantastic looking card. And there's the Charizard there as comparison for the opposite side for comparison. We then have the Hisuian Zoroark card, and I'm not sure who the illustrator is for this. C. Nanahara. I'm not familiar with that name, but this card looks amazing. So this is the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star card. And my personal favourite from what was shown at the beginning, this is the Hisuian Samurott. And I'm not a big fan of Samurott, but I am a huge fan of Snorunt. And this card looks so good. I've never seen anything like it in my life. At the moment, this is probably going to be one of my big 3 chase cards. Maybe not the big one. I think maybe the Mewtwo V-Star is probably my top chase card for Crown Zenith. So after announcing that a new Radiant Charizard card was going to be released within I think it's V-Star Universe for Japan and it's Crown Zenith for us. So they did show off the new Charizard, the new Radiant Charizard, and I have to admit, it does look a lot better than the Pokemon Go version. But I'm just still like, there's 900, over almost 1,000 Pokemon that they could have used for a new Radiant card, and we've already had a Charizard. It's just me being salty for Charizard. I'm so bored of him. Moving on, we then get some more of these Galarian Gallery cards. We start off with, we've got three for the Galarian birds. So starting off, we have Zapdos, and they appear to be chasing after a Dodrio, because we've got a Dodrio heads in the background, one of them looking really sad and looking behind him. Not my favourite, but probably my second one. My favourite is coming up next, and that is the Galarian Articuno. This card looks stunning. Wow, how beautiful is that? With the Galarian Articuno with the sunset coming through the trees in the background. The next one, Galarian Moltres. I don't know, again, who... Shinji Kanda, I'm not sure. Again, my knowledge on illustrators is terrible. This Moltres looks awful. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this card, but it is not my favourite whatsoever. It's horrible. We then move on to, I can only assume this is a Numel card, but it potentially could be a Ditto card. I haven't read anything about it. There are no comments that I could see on PokeBeach detailing if this was a Ditto card or a Numel card, but either way, that derpy little Ditto Numel looks absolutely fantastic. We then have one of my favourites from this set is the Dunsparce. You can see the little Dunsparce just kind of hovering, like kind of sleeping in different locations all over this bedroom. You've got one here on the left-hand side in a cupboard, one on top of the shelf, one on the bottom shelf, and one kind of snuggled in a pile of dirty laundry on the floor. Really, really cute. Then we have Miltank. I can only assume Miltank has made its own cheese and now it's eating it. Who knows? But we've got some berries, some milk, some pies, some bread. Really nice Miltank card. Not my personal favourite, but it's nice. Moving on. So these are the 3 big ones. After the reveal of some of the cards from yesterday's post, these next 3 ones are a real big hit and miss. A couple of them are good, but let's take a look and see what you think as well. So the first one up is the Entei V card. No one likes this card, and I can understand why. This Entei, it just looks so derpy. I'm not quite sure what happened with the design of it. Like, the head looks normal, but then it looks like an anorexic Entei, right? The background looks absolutely phenomenal with the volcano erupting, but like, what's going on with his feet? I don't know. Nobody likes this card, and I can understand why. Moving on, we have the Suicune. This card, it's not my favourite. The Raikou is my favourite, and you'll see why after. But this Suicune walking in the snow, it just looks so majestic, right? It looks really, really nice. Then my favourite is the Raikou. I love Raikou. It is so nice, just running. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Flash with the running, with the lightning bolts shooting out from him. Really, really nice card. Those 3 cards, I can imagine, are going to go for a little bit of money when they're released. Moving on, we then have a couple of other Pokemon. Lumineon, again, getting another card. So I'm not sure if I prefer this one over the alternate art. I think the alternate art is slightly a bit better in my opinion. but still a really nice card. Then we move on to some of the trainers, and God, I hope I remember their names. We have Raihan signing a Pokeball there. Really, really nice with the Rotom phone just above him. Moving on, we then have Gardenia with a Sliggoo? No. Gastrodon with a Gastrodon. No Garchomp, which I know I have read a few people's comments have said they're a little bit gutted that there is no Garchomp in this card, which I can understand. Cynthia and a Garchomp are an ideal pair. Moving on, we then have, probably my favourite, I said a couple of videos ago, Gardenia. I have a little bit of a soft spot. And not just that, but just in between the, just below the watering can, you can see a little Blossom there. Looks like she's just about to try and water the Blossom's head. Really nice card. Right, then moving on, the last card, I am going to say this is Roxanne, right? Again, my memory of these trainers is quite bad sometimes, but this is Roxanne, and my love for dinosaur Pokemon as well. This is a really nice card. We've got the Aerodactyl skeleton below. We've got the T-Rex and Shieldon. Oh my god, my memory's awful. Still, really nice card. Right, lastly, to end this video, today, the day I'm recording this, they also revealed 4 more cards, and if you thought the cards that we've just seen are amazing, you just wait until you see these. So the first one up is the Leafeon VSTAR alternate art. Look at this card. Leafeon does not get as much love as it deserves, but this card is doing it justice. This is probably my big chase card of the cards that have been revealed so far. Wow, look at this. It's kind of like in a greenhouse, just surrounded, laying on a bench or something, just surrounded by plants. Absolutely beautiful. Next up is the Glaceon. I'm not a fan of this card. It just looks a bit meh. Not much is going on. You compare this to the Leafeon card, and this card, it's just a bit dull. Not much is going on. It's just kind of standing there staring at you through some branches. A nice card, but not my favourite. Next up is the Zora, and I have seen people explode on comments about this card. It looks absolutely amazing. I think from what I can see, it looks, I can only assume it looks like a massive radio system behind him with the speakers up at the top, maybe some televisions, and it looks like Zora has kind of like exploded them or kind of shocked them all with the electric static going around it. A really, really nice card. But probably the best card out of the 4 that have been revealed is this Orb. Or it's not even an Orbeetle. It's a Deoxys card. You've just got Orbeetle above it in its Gigantamax form, so it looks like a spaceship, and there's a beam coming down with Deoxys. So it looks like Deoxys has been beamed down by Orbeetle, and it's just, I think that's the defense form, right? So it's kind of like, I'm here to, I don't know what it's doing, but it just looks hilarious. Probably one of my chase cards. I just love this card. So that's it, guys. That is Crown Zenith, or VSTAR Universe in Japan. Let me know your thoughts on all of the cards that we've gone through. Let me know what your favorites are, what aren't your favorites. Are you annoyed as me about having another Radiant Charizard card? But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and I will catch up with you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.